Hello everyone, I'm Chris Platty and you're watching The Wave. Free agency is all but wrapped up and it featured a lot of league-changing moves. The Lakers totally overhauled their roster and ran it like I do with my GM mode in 2K. And then you have the Chicago Bulls going all in on the middle ground. The Heat signing Duncan Robinson, Victor Oladipo, are we sure he's not cooked? Kyle Lowry and PJ Tucker, all to try to make an effort to make it back to the finals. And then, of course, you have my Knicks, who did not give in to my irrational theory of signing Kawhi Leonard, trading the field for Dame, and making a big three of Dame, Kawhi, and Julius Randle. All these moves happened, but it still feels like a dull offseason. Why is that? There were a lot of moves that left a lot of fan bases passionate, but the truth is, only a few teams were really active this offseason for the NBA, and that really showed its mark, and which is why we feel less than satisfied with this offseason. But there's one thing that can save this offseason and make it even more entertaining. Let me dive into it. Damian Lillard, in an interview with Chris Haynes, stated that he wanted the Portland Trailblazers to upgrade their roster because he felt like they were, quote, not clearly a contender. And I agree with that. And everybody that watches basketball agrees with that. So let's look at Portland's offseason. Portland's offseason lost them Enes Kanter, Carmelo Anthony, Zach Collins, and instead replaced that with a second-round pick, Cody Zeller, and Tony Snell. Now, I don't think that's an upgrade. In fact, I think that's a downgrade. I think this team got worse. They re-signed Norman Powell, which was good for them. But overall, they haven't done enough to build a contender, which is why I think this Dame situation is still boiling and going to reach a point where Dame inevitably demands a trade. Because they got worse. They didn't get better. In an offseason where Dame wanted them to improve, they declined. And I think that is going to be a huge problem, and that is why Damian Lillard will demand a trade. And I'm going to make this simple for you. Let's get Philadelphia on the phone, call Daryl Morey, Ben Simmons for Dame, whatever extra picks Philly's got to send to make it happen, whatever extra young players they got to send, Tyrese Maxey, let's make it happen. You give Damian Lillard an instant pick-and-roll partner in Joel Embiid. Portland gets a young player who's under contract for a lot of years, who had a very less than stellar playoff performance. We all know he blew the dunk and passed out of a dunk, and we get all that. We get the issues with Ben Simmons, but he's still an undeniable talent, especially in the right system, especially when he has a roster built around him. So this is a move that benefits both sides. Portland gets a young star to build around while also bottoming out, and Philly maximizes their window with Joel Embiid, who is a very talented center and isn't the oldest, but centers can peak very early. And so I don't think that Joel Embiid is going to be as good at 35 as he is at 27. And that's why you got to maximize the window right now. You don't know how many healthy years you got with Joel Embiid. So Damian Lillard and Joel Embiid, you surround that with guys like Danny Green and other sharpshooters, Tobias Harris. That's a blueprint for success. The East is a weaker conference than the West. That instantly gives Dame a championship contender. So that's a move that I just think both sides have to get done because it mutually benefits everybody involved in the place. So that's my one proposal to end this NBA offseason with a bang. Please, NBA, let's do it. Let's get it happening. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think Dame will get traded? Do you think he wants to be traded? Where will he go to? What are some other moves you would like to see happen before the NBA season starts? Let me know in the comments below. As always, I'm your host, Chris Platty, here with Imperial Media TV. Be sure to check out all episodes of The Wave, as well as my podcast, Strictly Hip Hop and Strictly Hoop Talk. Thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next one.